Going on, guys? It's a Seeker here, and I just want to do a little review of his latest video because he actually says a couple things that does make sense, and he says a couple things that does not make sense. And I really don't understand this guy. You know, sometimes, okay, he sounds like, you know what, that makes sense. And then he turns around and just takes what he says and just degrades it and throws it in the trash. So that's the best way. I guess let's just watch the video and I'll stop it and give my 2 cents. Maybe he will watch my video and take some pointers. Let's just get into it.
When people think they're the only ones that have the information that you have, it's the World Wide Web. People have access to the information. People have access to the World Wide Web. What people are sharing and finding, like, everyone has access to. It's nothing exclusive to that particular person per se. If you got your information online, right?
It is right. If you have access to the internet, you have access to all the same information that he has. So when he goes in and talks about proprietary letters, secret sauce, his ACAT system, you know, he done proved himself wrong so many times throughout his past videos. And then he's sitting there saying, in my opinion, he's sitting here saying, if you have access to the internet, you have access to the same information as everybody else. But yet he'll throw up a video about cracking the code. Ha ha ha. I have secret login information for Experian and TransUnion, when in fact there's really nothing secret about it. It's just logging into disputes. He's already proven that in his videos that he shares. You know, he showed a text message to Donovan saying, hey, sign up for TransUnion so I can log into your TransUnion account and dispute these items. Well, I thought you had ACAT. What is ACAT, right? So if you built a system, as you said that you built, to automatic dispute, hands off, fast track, then why are you having to do all this, right? Why are you having to tell people to sign up for TransUnion? Why are you trying to log in these pages? Why are you lying and saying they're secret codes and all this other good stuff when they're really not? You just admitted yourself, if it's on the internet, it's free. Everybody has the same information. You're absolutely right. Maybe you're only referring to comments and reviews, but you could take that same comment and apply it to everything, right? Everybody has the willpower to better themselves. Everybody has the tools and resources to better themselves, just like you. You too once started not knowing anything about credit. Now look at you. You're very knowledgeable about credit. However, you're doing marketing schemes to try to pick up more clients to make more money. Do I fault you for that? Absolutely not. However, the marketing schemes that are just flat out lies, yes, that's a problem.
Everyone has access to it. So the things that people want to say about Pinnacle or myself, everyone has seen that. Everyone has seen those reviews, especially if they're years old. You think you're the only person that's seen those reviews? Guess what? You want me to tell you a secret? They don't give a fuck, okay?
Reviews do give a fuck, right? So you're saying like they don't give a fuck, blah, 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 blah. If you have a bunch of negative reviews, it does impact your business. So you can't stand there and say they don't give a fuck, right? If you take 100 people and say, here's reviews about this company, regardless of the company, who it is, will, 80% of those people sign up with you? No. Will 20 people still sign up with you? Yeah, right? Because not everybody don't give a fuck. So you can't say nobody gives a fuck because that's not true.
Because people are not like you. People are not negative. People don't cast judgment upon things that they just have little to no information of.
So you should really be taking that to yourself, right? Because you said people are not negative, right? You have been relentlessly posting negative stuff about David. Posting his family, saying he lives in a trailer park when he doesn't, saying he's a narcissist psychopath, So you really should be looking at yourself because you're doing the exact same thing.
People are not partial to their cognitive confirmation biases, right? Some people, most people, are not my competition. They're just wanting to get their credit fixed. And they don't give a fuck what some rundown person in a trailer park has to say about anything. You could show them all the nasty reviews you want, but here's the thing. Those same people understand that you are cherry picking only the bad things. And that shows your intent.
So that shows our intent. What about your intent? You're cherry picking stuff. I'm not saying David's cherry picking because he's only showing facts. At the beginning of all this, if you go all the way back to the beginning, you're sitting there, I only post facts. Okay? Let's only post facts. And yet you're calling them cherry picking. So you're the one that's relentlessly posting negative things about David every single day, 4 or 5 times a day.
Right? So if you don't fully understand the things that you're doing as an individual by saying nasty things about me, it's like the only way for you to promote your own business is to talk bad about other people. And I'm not the only one, right? There are other cases of
You're talking bad about other people. So I don't understand. You don't have the right to say that when you're doing the exact same thing.
people that have said very terrible things about you. And I have yet to disclose them because
I've done some research. I really have not found anything bad about David, but yet I find a lot of things bad about you. So once again, you don't have the right to say that.
the lesson is this. The reason why I allowed this to happen is because I wanted to teach you a lesson. I wanted to teach other people a lesson. People are not signing up with you. If they were, you would be busy. Success.
You want to teach David a lesson? I mean, what lesson are you trying to give here? Because you're sitting there talking shit about David about posting bad stuff, but yet you're doing the same thing.
People don't have time to talk bad about other people. And you should leave it to adults, grown-ass adults, to handle their own shit. They're grown-ass adults. They're not children. Stop treating adults like children. That's the problem with adults. A lot of people want to play the blame game. Like, oh, this person scammed me. They scammed me. You know how many women that say that their ex-husband scammed them? And then you know how many men that say their ex-wife was terrible? It's both of your guys' problem. Handle it like grown-ass adults.
That's right. It's both of you guys' problems. You should handle it like a grown-ass adult, and you're not. You took it to a whole different level, posting David's family, posting his address, posting things. You took it to that level. David has not disclosed your address, even though he has your address. Okay, so you took it to that level. You should be acting like a grown-ass adult and take care of the problem, but you are being childish. You are talking bad. You are doing these things. It is your problem, not everybody else's. When you make a video making false statements, the only thing David did was make a rebuttal video saying, hey, these are not false. Look, he's lying.
Don't air out your dirty laundry in front of the public. It really shows your lack of immaturity, right?
But yet you're doing the same thing. You said don't air out your dirty laundry in front of the public. It shows your lack of immaturity. Look at your own damn page. You did the same thing. So you don't have a right to say that.
Take responsibility for your damn actions instead of blaming other people. You want to know what's really grand in life? When people can turn the other cheek and say, you know what? It's not in my place to say anything about that. You know how many people were scammed? People say they were scammed by my competitors. I don't badmouth them at all.
Yeah, you did. Actually, you just posted some dude's driver's license on your community tab. Their fucking driver's license. And you said you don't talk bad. You're contradicting your damn self. You're saying one thing and then turning around and doing something else. You made a whole freaking post on your Instagram about this dude. So you really need to be taking your own advice.
Tell them, hey, zip it. I don't want to hear it.
Take your advice.
This is a new situation. We're not living the past, okay? This is a new experience. It's just like if you were to get a girl, like a lot of you men that are overweight don't get girls, okay? And it's not just about
A lot of men overweight do get girls. I'm just saying that. In fact, I've seen a lot of overweight men with some very gorgeous looking girls. So I I don't know where you're getting that information, but you need to self-learn yourself there.
how you look, but how you look resonates and correlates and probably is causative to your own internal. For instance, if you're too lazy to take care of your body, that's a lack of self-love. There's nothing narcissistic about taking care of your body and having joy and pleasure into living this beautiful experience called life and enjoying the beauties around it like nature, okay?
Everybody enjoys life differently. Just because somebody's overweight doesn't mean they have a problem. You know, there are what's called medical conditions that cause people to be obese. You don't know, maybe David has a medical condition. There are some lovely obese people out there in the world that will do anything in the world for you. Anything. And they're not self-centered. They're not stuck up. Just because somebody is overweight doesn't mean you look at them any differently. Because quite frankly, there's a lot of overweight people with some wonderful lives, rich lives. So I know so many overweight, wealthy people. So you really don't know what you're talking about.
Those things mean something. They're not vain or superficial at all. You don't get it twisted. This is Mother Nature's creation right here, okay?
I think you read too many self-help books.
At the end of the day, people have to take responsibility for their actions. And those that rest the blame on other people are still not taking responsibility for their actions.
You're right. At the end of the day, people need to take responsibilities for their actions. However, you need to take responsibilities of your actions, but yet you're still being defensive and you're even making this video instead of taking responsibilities of your actions. Because, be honest, you started all this. Now, I don't know the whole story, but when you made the video, you started majority of this. You're the one that's been posting every day, relentless. If you want to take responsibilities for your actions, delete everything on your YouTube channel. Delete everything that has anything to do with David. Delete it. Be the better man. Step up to the plate. Maybe if you do that, then maybe David would do the same.
I know how many times I was wronged in my life, betrayed. I still hold no grudges against those people. Those people hold grudges against me.
You literally just gaslighted some other dude that used to work for you and posted his driver's license. You called him a scam and everything else. So what you're saying is false.
And the more successful I get, the more pissed off they get. You need to think about this.
You're not successful.
It's always the losers in life that are complaining. It's always the losers in life saying, woe is me. Woe.
So you're calling yourself a loser because you've been complaining, calling David. Look at the title of this video. So you're saying you're a loser too? Just food for thoughts there.
Is me. That person got that girl. Oh, he stole that girl from me. You know, he scammed me. No, he didn't. Has nothing to do with them. Stop playing the victim. You are a grown adult.
You're playing the victim too. You do
Stop
realize that,
acting
right?
like a child.
You're acting like a child. This
Blaming
video
other
is you
people
acting like
for
a child.
your problems in life will not get you anywhere. Even if someone did scam you, even if something did happen to you, you're not going to escape out of the clutches of that past trauma unless you get the fuck up and just get off your ass and stop being a bitch.
That's
okay?
good advice.
There's no complaints. There's no excuses.
That's good advice.
This is childlike behavior.
You're
Right?
childlike behavior.
This is why the winners keep on signing up with me and you haters keep on hating. I've been in business
Ain't no winner signing
for
up with
more than 10 years. Do you think you're the only one that has tried to take me down? Do you think you're the only people that have talked shit?
No, he's not. If you go back and look at some of your really old videos, even go to your Instagram videos, you're talking shit about other people back then. So why would it be any different by you talking shit about David? You talking shit about David. It's not the first time you talking shit. So you're acting like a child. You should really take some of your own advice because you have been giving out some good advice. I got to give it to that. You know, credit. You give out good advice. But there's like, I don't know, are you bipolar? I mean, you say something really good and then you contradict it yourself. So I'm not understanding your logic.
No. See, that's the thing with narcissists. They think they're the only ones with this information. No, you're not. People have seen the same nasty reviews and same positive reviews. And if you can do basic math,
No, that's not necessarily true. A lot of people, depending, you can't account for everybody's personality. You can't count for everybody's life. Each individual person is individual. That's why they call it individual. They all have their unique personalities. They're individual. One person may just watch your videos and go, oh, great, yep, let's buy this. Let's sign up. Another person may have a different mentality and because he's been hurt before and therefore goes and researches the company before he signs up. So people are individual and people with past experiences and based on those past experiences, moving forward will do things different because they learned from their past experiences. If somebody has never been scammed before, they don't know what to look out for. But once they become scammed, then they know the signs and the red flags, and they're going to be more careful next time and actually go look at their reviews. So not everybody has seen the nasty stuff. So you can't not make that judgment. You cannot make that call.
we are top rated because we have a high success ratio.
You're not top rated.
You want to talk about being in comparison to a basketball player, an NBA player, yet that, more or less, nonetheless, an NBA player, all the times they failed, all the times they dropped the ball in practice, it's the things that you don't see, but no one's picking on them. So be mindful of the people that are exploiting you for their own purposes of their own.
You're talking about basketball players, nobody picks on them. When you become high in society, like you say you are, high in society, you become a public figure. You're gonna get hate, regardless of who you are. Once you become that status, that hate becomes more and more and more. Tell me a president that never has hate. Tell me a celebrity that never has hate. Elon Musk has hate. Linus has hate. Donald Trump has hate. Joe Biden has hate. Barack Obama has hate. George Bush has hate. Everybody that's in the public eye has hate. It's how you handle that hate determines the type of person you are. And if you're so high in public, and I quote and unquote public, how you're handling this hate is showing who you are, right? So you're putting people on blast. You're releasing driver's license. You're releasing addresses. You're releasing personal information. Why would somebody trust you? When you're dogging people every day, and this goes back years, why would people trust you?
Self-promotion, especially if they're a competitor. I've been around long enough for people to know I've never mentioned any other businesses.
You have.
Talk bad about them.
You
Only
have.
facts.
You have.
Okay? And here's the thing. If you want to talk facts, you need to talk about all the...
You have a video right on your YouTube page talking shit about Lexington Law. So you're a narcissistic liar. Let's just put that out. You're a liar.
facts, not just about some complaint of some person said this. And there's two sides to every story.
You're right, two sides.
No judge, okay, no jury can just take one side of any story and declare it as the gospel of John.
Welcome to America.
Think about that. If you're going to be a fair and a super empathetic person, then you are going to see this video and you're going to make a decision for yourself. Am I giving this person the benefit of the doubt?
You should be making the decision yourself.
My biases to the situation. The reason is why don't I trust this person? Think about that. Okay.
Why don't I trust this person? How about you think about that? Look at all the things that you have done. Look at the gaslighting you have done. Look at you talking about Lexington Law and some of these other companies, putting people's driver's license out there, having multiple fake accounts to comment on your own YouTube channel and then turn around and say, I don't turn comments off, when you hold every single comment for review and you pick and cherry which comments you want to display.
Why should I believe the other person? What is their interest? What are they getting out of it? People want to act like these social justice warriors, but you're not.
You want to act like you're a social justice warrior, but you are not.
Pride themselves with wearing a badge to think they're automatically do good, but the truth of the fact of the matter is police are narcissistic sociopaths that pride themselves by looking and seeing problems. When you are a hammer, everything becomes a nail. Okay? And they empower themselves by looking at people that they can become powerless and detain and say, hey, I'm the boss. And they will find a reason to pull them over. Some guy had a tail light that went out. Electrical failure. They weren't unaware of it. The cop pulls them over and says, license and registration, and treats them like a criminal. They use that small excuse as their window of opportunity to
and you're doing the exact same thing.
Exploit people. And these are the types of people that you need to be aware of. So here's the thing about me. There is nothing in the face of this planet that is going to change how I feel about myself, because I already have self-esteem. I already know my value.
Good. That's great. Excellent.
And the person and the people that are trying to diminish my value and not help. If you're trying to help a person, you would be helpful and empathetic. You're not just going to judge that person and automatically blame and say that they're evil. So you need to look at yourself. Because when you point one finger at someone, you got three fingers pointing back.
You're exactly right. You need to look at yourself, because you are doing the exact same thing. So now you're sitting here making a video like this. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Smart people know this. The people that hire me are actually doing well off. You want to know why they're well off? Because they're not living in fucking trailer parks. I don't say that.
See, you just sat right there in this video and talk about not casting judgment, right? But yet you're still claiming that he lives in a trailer park when he doesn't. So you're just contradicting yourself again in your own damn video at that.
To say that, to judge people. But I do know people from trailer parks have a tendency to act a certain way. People from the ghetto act a certain way.
So now you're just profiling, right? So we can go back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? Very famous author goes in to talk about his rich dad and his poor dad. How you grow up, you tend to be that way, right? You have to change your mentality and think outside the box and break out of that culture and carve a path in this world for yourself, right? But just because you grow up in a trailer park or just because you grow up in the ghetto doesn't make you any different than anybody else, right? You're stereotyping these types of people. There are tons of celebrities that grew up poor in a shack, which you claim he lives in, but he does not live in a shack. And you're the one that's bullying. But without getting off topic here, there's celebrities and very successful people that grew up and had absolutely nothing. So you cannot make that statement.
And people that get out of the ghetto know exactly what I'm talking about. People that get out of trailer parks know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know exactly what I'm talking about. All right?
You don't. You really don't.
And if you're living in that situation and you want to get out, you already know the truth. Unless you're one of them, crabs in a box, losers, the degenerates of society.
You're sitting there talking about being the better man, not talking shit, but yet that's what you just did. So I don't understand your logic.
Blaming on online, spreading gossip and toxicity.
You're the one that's blaming spreading rumors online and toxicity, is that's the word you use. You know, putting people on blast, calling David, he lives in a trailer park, he's a narcissist, psychopath, he's a liar, he's trying to chase views when he actually has more views than you. So you really should be talking about yourself. So you really have to stop making these types of videos because it's really bringing out your true colors.
Trying to control narratives about people because, oh, he's young, he's successful, he's rich, he can do credit repair better than I.
You lying. You should really be taking that advice yourself because you're not even America. You stood right there in that exact same room that you're in right now talking about you're in New York, but you're not in New York. And every time you make a lie and we claim that it's a lie, you backpedal. Right? So I really think that you're a bipolar and you're a, what is it? A habitual liar, maybe?
So let me hate on him. Bitch, I gave you attention. I gave you more attention than your channel already got.
We actually gave you attention, so I don't understand where you get that from.
You've been around for a year. You haven't done shit. All those fake subscribers you have, bro, you have double the amount of subscribers, but you only have 30% more views than me.
You obviously didn't do your research because you don't know how YouTube works, right? You can have 2,000 subscribers. That doesn't mean that 2,000 people are going to watch every single video that you have. So in your mind, I guess you're thinking if you have 2,000 subscribers, then every video should have at least 2,000 views. Nobody. It does not work like that. You can have 2,000 subscribers, but maybe only 30% of those watch your videos. You can go look at your own view count, right? You're a little over 1,000 subscribers, but yet you can only, some of your videos only have less than 100 views. So it's the type of content that makes those subscribers watch that gets views. Some of your subscribers may not be interested in all your content, right? They're only interested in parts of your content or when you speak about certain things. And so therefore your view count for your videos is going to be completely different, right? And that's all within the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm takes that into account. But this video is not about YouTube algorithm. But I do suggest that you do some research and learn the YouTube algorithm.
26% more views than me as I post this video. Go ahead and look at your YouTube studio. Go ahead and look at your shit. People are coming onto my channel and binge watching.
You had one customer that says that they binge watch all your videos, and we really don't even know if that's true or not because you've already shown that you have multiple accounts. And you've already shown you have VPN on your computer. So who says that you didn't use your VPN to connect to another country and then log in as one of your alternate accounts and then just have it run through your playlist while you're sleeping at night, right? So you really should be looking at yourself there. So you don't know what you're talking about.
Like the recent posts I put below, and they're signing up and they're shielding themselves away from your evilness. You need to look in the mirror, okay?
In earlier this video, you were sitting there talking about people don't give a fuck about reviews. And people don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. But yet now you're saying that people are watching your videos and staying away from David. But yet earlier in the video, you just made the claim that people really don't give a fuck about what's out there. So please help me understand the logic here because you just played both sides of the fence, right? One argument just contradicted the other argument. So really, the only thing that you're speaking out of your mouth is bullshit.
You didn't study the Bible. You didn't study the Quran. You didn't study the Bhagavad Gita. You can't speak 3 languages. You're uneducated. You're not on my level. You are.
Education doesn't have anything The amount of languages that you speak doesn't have anything to do with it. Steve Harvey, one of the most successful people in this world, did you think he graduated high school? No, he did not. So just because somebody's not educated doesn't mean that they're not successful. Define successful. Is being rich successful? No, being rich is not successful. Being happy with the position of your life and where you're at in life and the ability to do the things that you want to do is being successful. Success is not defined by what you have. Success is defined as by what you make it. Put that in your book.
Gossiper, and you are a narcissistic sociopath.
So now you just called him a gossiper and a narcissistic psychopath. But look at yourself, look at your own channel.
And if you are not, here's the test. Here's the true test. Here is the true test to see who's the real man. If you are such a good person as you say you are, you're going to leave a comment right here and say, hey, brother, let's fix this. Let's somehow fix this. I see the good in you.
So there's nothing that says that you can't do the same, right? The problem is, if he were to do that with your past history and your past videos, I guarantee you that you will screenshot it and use it as ammunition to get back at David. When in fact, that you made a video earlier this morning asking for truce, and it wasn't up long because you immediately took it down. So it's okay. I think based on conversations that I've had, I think we've already got a recording of that video anyways.
And you know what? I want to turn the other cheek. And I want to make amends. And if we can both come together as brothers, competitors, by the way, you're not a competitor.
So you have the same option. You can do the same thing. Why don't you be the bigger man, step up and do the same thing?
You're a fucking loser.
But yet you just called him a fucking loser.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to come on my nuts, okay, and pay your dues. And
okay, so you sat right there and talk about, hey, let's call it truce. I'm gonna give you the opportunity. Comment on this video. Let's say, look, brother, let's turn the cheek. And then you just turn around and talk about, I'm gonna let you come on my nuts. Dude, you have problems. That's not how you resolve them.
Ask, hey, can we do something different? And if you don't leave me a comment in half an hour, because you look at my channel,
what are you gonna do?
If you don't leave me a comment, this is where it ends. All right? And it's not ending because I'm fatigued. I can do this all day. But here's the thing, can you?
Absolutely.